The worst part is that it's all happening on the eve of the most fortuitous occasion Pridewen's known in 400 years. Of course, however, Knight Regent Jin Jay is officially still in charge of our fair town. As a matter of fact, she'll want to hear your account from the beach. I just sent another newcomer from the beach that way. Shady sort. Couldn't take her word for anything, as you might imagine. So again, welcome to Pridewen. Check in at the inn, see the Regent when you can, and join us in celebration when the true heir returns. Jolly good.
Corruption will claim them all. Warning them is a futile effort. They are blind to the real danger all around them.
I've heard the talk around town. People saying things are safer around here. Not sure I believe it. I might just pick up and head south one of these days.
Now there's a familiar face. About time you caught up. Here we find ourselves in a little village pulled straight from the Middle Ages. Is it me? Or does nothing on this island make any sense at all? One thing that is the same, though, is cold, hard coin. You have it or you don't. Makes all the difference. We're both a little light in the pocket, but I did sell that loot we collected, so there's your share. Never let it be said Grace O'Malley doesn't pay her debts. Well, you got that coin I just gave you, so I'd suggest you get to spending it. Buy yourself a new blade, some new boots, whatever suits your fancy. You should check out the trading post in the storage. And then what do you say? Let's meet in the tavern.
I've met stately noble gentry and shipwrecked men of 20. I've met souls from ancient memory, found in sagas and dusty tomes. I've seen ghosts and fiends and horrors, met knights and bold explorers, as I've wandered every corner of this island we call home. Let's go! Keep it together! Yes! Dig in! Woo! Come on now! I've met kings of earthly nations, seen the gods of all creations, tasted wine at every station, from sands to misty moors. But the partings that we weather and the memories we treasure are the souls we've lost forever on Eternum's forgotten shores.
Lively little ditty there. Kinda oversells the place, don't you think? I sure won't be calling this place home. But hey, aren't you popular? Messenger from the Night Regent herself was looking for you. Getting fancy, aren't we? She's keen to have a word with you up at the keep. Word around town says the Night Regent's just a puppet and some minister Lochnear's actually running things. And then this true air business. You'd think that's what drew the crowds. But Barkeep says it's really just people fleeing from trouble at the outlying farms. Unlike those red-eyed bastards on the beach, these folks aren't possessed. Seems like they don't have any souls at all. I'd be more interested to hear what the Night Regent has to say, particularly if there's mention of coin. I'm right here if you need me.
Farmers, the knights, the miners, no word in days. We need to know what's going on out there, Lochnear.
The people are simply distracted. Word has spread of the true heir's return. As acting regent, you have served Pride faithfully, and I'm sure this is unsettling for you. But you can set aside your concerns.
When the new king is ready to assume his duties, I will gladly stand down. But not before.
Of course. Now, I have preparations to attend to.
You must be the one from the beach. Serpane believes you to be honorable, and I trust his judgment. But I like to hear reports firsthand. We saw signs of corruption by the shore, but we believed it was isolated, and that no one had actually become corrupted. Did you see them yourself? You should know that we normally go to great lengths to make newcomers feel welcome in Pridewen. I'm sorry if I seem impatient just now. With all the excitements for the return of the true heir, I believe we are ignoring signs of grave threats to Pridewen. And news of corrupted adds to the list. However, the greater concern right now is the rush of disappearances. Sworn knights who failed to report in over the last several weeks. Lochnear believes the return of the royal bloodline will solve all problems. I feel strongly that we cannot afford to wait for Gwaine. Still, with the remaining knights spread thin, you're probably able to get me answers faster than they can.
If you're truly willing, I would ask you to check on Foreman Musa and report back. Oh, and...
Ah, yes. The newcomer invited to an audience with the Night Regent. Imagine, if you had arrived a few days later, you might have been welcomed by a king. Yes, Gawain's return will restore Prydwen's glory. The Night Regent has performed well with my council, but she sometimes exceeds her mandate. For now. But she would do well not to concern herself with matters our new king can better adjudicate. Tell me, has she enlisted you in one of her endeavors? It's not my place to countermand the Night Regent's orders, but I would hate to see a prospective resident waste their time. The tavern is open, you know.
Stop this! I'm your friend! After all those years in that hole together, don't make me do this! Stay back! I won't tell you again! Forgive me. Whoa, you! If you thought you were going to the mines, think again. If you have loved ones in there, I don't know what to tell you. Almost everyone's fallen lost and no support from Prydwen in sight. I sent dispatches informing the region of what happened, and I even said, send every knight available. Doesn't look like that's what's happening. For a while, some of the miners were holding out, fighting back with their picks against the teeth and claws of their now withered friends. At this point, it's probably a lost cause. I can't imagine that any of them are still standing. Look for that stubborn Elias Derrett, and anyone else who's not fallen, and then get them and yourself out of there quickly.
took for Elias. He was trying to fight back. I'm making a run for it.
The mine's lost! Everyone is withered! I'm getting out of here!
I thought I'd never get out of here. Thank you!
Oh, finally, a sign of hope. A brave warrior battling their way through the withered. Oh, it's beyond a relief to see you up here. Now maybe we can find a way to reclaim the mine. I saw it with my own eyes. An ancient tablet unearthed from its rocky tomb. I had a bad feeling about it from the start. An ill omen, to be sure. Of course, never got the chance. Next morning, the first of the miners fell to the curse. And then the lost pirates attacked. Hunting for that tablet, no doubt. Yeah, and they're guarding the tablet like it's some kind of treasure. If we don't destroy that damn thing, I fear the curse will spread beyond the mine. But don't forget, Sage Moira needs to see what started this. Smash the tablet and collect the fragments, and then bring them back. We'll leave together, or not at all.
You did it then? Shattered the tablet? God's blood! I'm glad I didn't send you in there to your doom. I'd have felt bad about that. I hate to abandon the mine, but with the tablet gone, maybe these pirates clear out and we can get back to work after time passes. If anyone's left, that is. But you, my friend, you must make haste back to Pridewin. Tell the Night Regent what happened here, and give the tablet fragments to Sage Moira. I'll go and round up Foreman Musa and the others. Meet me back in town when this is over, and the first round of Gerties is on me.
You return. Excellent. Minister Lockney said I sent you on a fool's errand. But I can see from your expression you bring dark tidings. What did Foreman Musa say? Tell me the miners are all right.
The warnings were there, and I allowed them to be ignored. From this moment forward, I will take every precaution to ensure the people of Pridewin are safe, inside and outside these walls. We will start by discovering how this disaster at the mine began. Surely someone saw something.
We'll need to have Sage Moira study this tablet for answers. If it can even be recovered, I suppose. But before you go, what of Foreman Musa? I fear to ask after my dear friend. Is she all right? Did she try to send for help? I'm sorry to impose further, but after seeing Sage Moira, could you look for the minister in the town square? Tell him I require his counsel. Urgently.
I've just seen Elias and learned of the tragedy at the mine. Are you the one who recovered the fragments of this tablet they stumbled onto? I will have to study these fragments more closely. In the meantime, you are new to Pridewin, are you not? Quite a moment to arrive. Do you know our history? Now perhaps you understand how momentous Gawain's return really is. And why it's so worrisome to hear this news from the mine, and from the farms. But Lockney assures me it's under control. If you have further questions, ask him. I must get to studying these fragments. Let's hope they yield answers.
After so many years without our true leader, it's natural to have doubts. But I assure you, the hour draws near. The bloodline of Artorias will soon sit again upon the throne. What we have endured here pales in comparison with what challenges Gawain has faced in his long journey home. But he has persevered for you, the people of Pridewood. We must ask ourselves, how will we show, nay prove, to our new king that we are as devoted to him as he is to us? When the hour arrives, I know he will find his subjects have remained true. And we will honor him as we once honored Artorias himself! And pledge our undying loyalty. Ah, our brave newcomer returns. I understand the Knight Regent dispatched you to the mines. A lot to ask of a guest, but it's her prerogative. Do tell, though. I hope the situation there wasn't as dire as it sounded. The foremen wanted us to send all our knights to help defend the mines, but that was, of course, impossible. I was preparing to send a few knights, but then I was told that you had been given the task. Tell her it won't be long, and thank you for your service to Pridewood.
You return, but without Minister Lochner. I assume he claimed he was too busy with his preparations. Perhaps it's just as well. As Knight Regent, it may be best if I handle matters personally going forward. While you were away, Foreman Musa visited and related the whole story from the mines. She says the day after the mysterious tablet appeared, lost pirates attacked the mines, seemingly out of nowhere. This seems to be an alarming trend, and we must find the source of it. Lochner will not be pleased, but perhaps he will now deign to pay me a visit. My hope is that you and Sir Pen can deter the pirates from further incursions and discover what drives them. May fortune go with you both.
of you to join us, my valiant friend. I heard about your heroics at the mine. You definitely have the makings of a knight. For now, we are simply grateful to have your support. Not quite a full contingent here, I'm afraid. There's a splendid spot nearby. Set your tent, relax a bit if you like. We'll be here. Ah, you're back. I'm at a bit of a loss here. A few months ago, this barren beach had nothing but a smattering of pirates. Now it appears to be a war camp, with more pirates and supplies arriving by the minute. Perhaps we should pursue a more honorable approach to resolving this conflict. You two stay here and defend our position. I will go forth and challenge the leader of the pirates to a duel. And when I am victorious, I will demand that they withdraw from these shores forthwith, never to return! I'm afraid I'm not much of a strategist in a scenario like this. What do you think would be most prudent? If you can destroy their rowboats and all the cargo they've dropped, that would slow them down. I'll stay and keep an eye out for their leader.
on, you stiff-necked fool. What possible interest would I have in spying on this pathetic little outpost you got here?
You see, that is precisely the kind of thing a spy would say, particularly when she was caught creeping around near our camp.
Tell me this then, Sir Wisdom. What exactly would I be wanting to learn? How you scratch your arse in an iron suit?
Ha! Trying to distract me with insults, eh? But it won't work.
Took your sweet time getting here. I was sizing up the pirate base until this suspicious sod nabbed me. Can you tell him I'm not a spy? Yeah, very funny.
Ah, well, if you know her, then I suppose that we could give her another chance. But I'll have my eye on you, young lady.
Better keep your eyes to yourself, unless you want 'em poked out.
Bravo, my bold friend! I feared the pirates would overwhelm you, but it seems you are nigh unstoppable. And I suppose if you're willing to vouch for Miss O'Malley, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. For the moment, at least. The woman claims she snuck into the pirates' den and there are hundreds within. But can we really trust her? After all, she is a pirate herself. If you're willing to venture into the den on her word, then so be it. We'll hold this position, but be wary. The pirates were fierce even before becoming lost.
Well now, I do hope you straightened everything out with Sir Pain in me arse. I tried to tell that sod, if you want to defeat these pirates, I know the way. And they've got some loot, sure enough. But they don't even seem to care about it. I guess that's what happens when you lose your soul. So here it is. There's a glowing altar in there, and the bastards are drawn to it like flies to a carcass. Smash the damn thing, and I bet they'll all buzz off.
Severity. Veto. Tipner substance. Give me so
Well now, look who made it in and out of the pirates' den safely. I knew you could do it. Unlike this sod. Tell me, did you find that glowing altar? Of course, for a partnership, it's vital all parties profit in a venture. And Sir Payne and me ears let slip that the Knight Regent wants to hire scouts. I'd say that job has my name on it. So I'll see you back in Pridewin.
No surprise there. Miss O'Malley gets what she wants and disappears. I do hope your courage accomplished more than padding her coin purse. I can only imagine the filth you had to wade through to reach the heart of the pirate's den. Did you find the foul sorcery Miss O'Malley claimed was there? This revelation should be taken back to the Knight Regent with all haste. You must go alone and go quickly. Use the spirit shrine to return to Pridewin. It's a bit jarring, but time is of the essence.
I have to confess, seeing you return brings me a great deal of relief. I need people I can trust, now more than ever. In fact, your enterprising friend Grace O'Malley was here. She drives a hard bargain, but I am strongly considering her offer. Grace says she was with you up north, and the pirates were rallying to some strange altar. Is it possible it's connected to the tablet from the mine? If so, I would ask you to work with Moira to follow up on any leads. I, unfortunately, must attend to less pleasant matters. I must handle this myself, though. You should seek out Moira straight away. Dealing with this plague of lost is the kingdom's highest priority.
Oh, just the person I was hoping to see. Comparing the tablet fragments to other stonework from the region, I believe I found where it came from. I know you've just returned from the north. If it's true that the pirates are indeed all lost, did you see anything similar to the tablet? Caladan, and indeed all the ruins of Eternum, are shrouded in centuries, if not millennia, of unsolvable mysteries. Now you know why most on Eternum avoid ruins at all costs. I myself have only visited Caladan once, but if we're to find answers, that's where we'll be.
Well, if it isn't the Night Regent's new page. On an errand even now, I presume. I am curious what merits such urgent attention when Jay's duty as regent so soon draws to an end. I've served as Pridewin's minister since before her birth. I should be informed of this matter. Keep your secrets, but know this. Pridewin will be united as never before to honor the royal bloodline. Nothing else matters. The Ancients clearly had ways of controlling the Guardians. I wonder if it's the same magic that powers the altars. I found runes here that light up when the lost come near them. Maybe there are more objects like these within the nearby ruins of Antares, so I shall continue my search there. For the true heir and the restoration of Pridewin's glory, we will find a way to unite behind the royal bloodline once again. These altars in Caladan seem to have some sort of power over the lost. Power might be the wrong word, but definitely some kind of influence. I can use young Giza's notes to figure out how to channel their essence. And if I can't tap into their magic, maybe I can convey them to where they'll be most useful.
I'm thankful to have found you, young one. I fear I may have missed some additional clues on the fragments. I came after you right away. Before I speak further, however, did you find anything of interest in the ruins of Caladan? Anything at all? These notes are very troubling. It's hard to say exactly what Lochner seeks to achieve, but it does not seem like it's for the good of Pridwen. I know I've already asked much and offered poor direction, but Antares is close. I'm pleading with you. Please investigate before we return to Pridwen. Your friend Grace has come with dire news from Pridwen. But first, you have to tell me what you found. Any further clues to Lochner's plans?
The Night Regent went to confront the good minister, and instead, she found him leading a crowd down south to welcome the true heir.
Now that's not so strange. If Gawain has arrived, it makes sense. Perhaps this is a misunderstanding, and Lochner is simply trying to lead the lost away.
Call yourself a sage? Look past your scrolls to see the man's behaviour. Even the Night Regent knows Lochner's gone mad. And let me tell you, she's not happy.
Ah, then she's expecting a fight. Going to find Sir Priscilla, a fellow knight and confidant who hasn't come to Pridwen in many moons. This is serious. Though my scrolls may not have all the answers, I might find a way to counteract the sorcery Lochner seeks to employ. I should return to town.
The Night Regent asked me to scout the eastern farms on the way, so I'll mark Sir Priscilla's place on your map and meet you there. Good winds to us both.
pitching hay and shoveling manure. It doesn't suit you, Priscilla.
Puts my mind at ease. Clear, complicated work.
And when was the keen swordplay of our most beautiful knight ever complicated?
I only raise my sword now to keep the lost at bay.
Priscilla, you're not making any sense.
I can't even say it. You wouldn't believe me anyway. We were naive to be so hopeful.
I cannot imagine what's come over her. Sir Priscilla was Pridewind's most honorable knight. And now, when we need her most, she refuses my orders. Everyone seems to think Gawain's already assumed command. Lockney is an outright defiance. He's changed. I don't even know him anymore. I am having trouble understanding what his ultimate goal is, or if he even has one. Priscilla was there, in fact, but she won't talk about it. It's infuriating. I need a moment to collect myself. If you are so inclined, you should try and talk to her.
If you're expecting to have more luck plying me for answers than the Night Regent, think again. I don't know you, and I sure as hell don't owe you anything. And, truth be told, I don't owe her either. I've forsworn my oath. The politics of Pridewind are no longer my concern. The knights I served with at Tiernan Keep were the bravest, most loyal men and women I've ever known. To think of them as fallen, it's too much to bear. If you want to know what's happened at Tiernan Keep, I suggest you go and have a look for yourself. Then you can try to explain it to the Night Regent. If you are going to venture into Tiernan Keep, I suggest you don't tell the Night Regent. It's better she doesn't go there. There's nothing left for any of us.
Tootblood!
For centuries, the throne has been empty. Yet you served faithfully, never once questioning your duty. Now, as the heir returns to claim his rightful place, you have the honor of being the first to kneel before him. Let us recite the oath.
For the glory of Avalon, I swear my honor and allegiance to crown and bloodline of the king, for this day and until the end of eternity.
Behold, the heir of Artorias! I, King Gawain! Swear! Be strong now. I will bestow his blessing.
Look how they fall in line when they realize something greater than them is at their doorstep. It will be the same with corruption.
You have a duty. If the king is here, why aren't you by his side?
I don't belong there.
How can you say that? Your oath is your bond. What could be more important?
My oath was to the king, not a monster. Damn it, Gawain is lost, Jay. A soulless husk. I will not serve such a thing.
Lost? But Minister Lochner says he's been preparing.
Lochner has joined his king in darkness, and so have the other knights.
How? How did this come to pass?
Are you happy now? If you've been to Tiernan Keep, I'm assuming you know the truth. Sir Gawain is lost, and he and Lochner intend to rule a lost kingdom. I fought honorably to protect Artorias and his legacy for several lifetimes, but I will not follow the heir down this path. Nor will I stand against him. I must confess, I fought at Jinjae's side for centuries and never realized how strong she really is. Her resolve in the face of this horror, I don't know. If you fought your way into Tiernan Keep and returned with your soul intact, you are valiant, at least. If Jay wishes to fight, she's fortunate to have you. It's not what I'm going to do. I cannot fight in this battle. I buried my arms and knight's armor. My fighting days are done.
So you've been to Ternon Keep and saw the horrors Priscilla described? I can't imagine. Gawain, Lochner. This is worse than even my darkest fears. And I will fight for the people of Pridewin until the last shred of my soul is forfeit. You have no such duty, but I welcome the support if you will fight at my side. I just realized I sent Grace to scout the southern shore with no idea what she's walking into. You must go after her with great haste, lest she walks right into a trap. Thank you. I will return to Pridewin. As regent, that's where I belong, whether the city stands or falls. I will rally whatever knights remain to our defenses. Find Grace and ensure she's safe. If possible, get a sense of what we're up against, and then return to Pridewin and we will make our stand. Godspeed, my friend.
About time I got some reinforcements down here. Remember that lost pirate den in the north? That's a small affair compared to this place. Our good friend Minister Lochner was here too. Those Egypts who followed him are all lost now and under his command. What about you? Learned anything new? That bastard Lochner is planning to turn all of Monarch's bluffs to lost. I guess though the scariest part is how close he is to succeeding. They're clearly making preparations here to launch an attack on Pridewin. Hordes of lost, stockpiles of explosives. I'd say they're about to make their move. You'll be facing long odds, but you're like a lucky anchor. I'd consider making a wager on you, regardless. I'd suggest you destroy as many explosives as you can, and take out that glowing altar too. Now, what would you have me do? I'll go and tell the Night Region what's what, but my hopes go with you. It's better if these bastards never set sail.
Surprised to see me, are you? Brushing the dirt from my armor was no easy task. But after your friend Grace told me you were here alone, I had to come. Of course, it seems I arrived too late. Hearing the ruckus and seeing the smoke, I assume you succeeded in disrupting their war preparations? You see, I know where Sir Gawain and Lochner are conspiring in darkness to steal all our souls. They're in Gawain's ancestral home, Corbenic Castle. Make no mistake, Gawain is every bit a knight of legend, and Lochner's a diabolical snake. This will not be an easy fight, but it is a necessary one. Here we are. Home to one of King Artorius' greatest knights and his heir. It was a bastion of valor back then. Today it's a monument to darkness. I look to the ramparts and I recognize many knights. Now lost. They were dear friends. This will not be easy for me. Your courage is unquestionable, and I've witnessed your prowess in battle. I will fight my way up from below, and we will confront Gawain together.
Retog! Oh!
My liege, it is now my honor to join you, without reservation. Raise your sword. And now, you shall be the first to experience the King's justice! My lord, I leave this wretch to you.
for the glory of Avalon. Until the end of eternity. I am sorry I arrived late to Gawain's Hall. The Lost Knights fought fiercely and with cold resolve. I arrived only in time to see Lochmere fall. Your courage and valor have spared Pridewind from a dreadful fate. The Knight Regent will undoubtedly want to cover your chest in medals. With Gawain exposed and defeated, however, the question of the true heir is settled. It might clear the way for a new monarch. I will go to Pridewind to share Gawain's sorry end. And I will discuss your suggestion. You must come too. If there is to be a coronation, you must attend.
So, you've stopped the lost conquest of this kingdom. I have to wonder, are you sure you've really helped these people?
This is already more fanfare than I had hoped for.
As far as coronations go, I would say this is fairly modest.
A ceremony befitting our humble new queen.
Queen? I'm not sure I'll ever get used to hearing that.
No more stalling, my queen. People of Pridewind, honored guests. Together, we have endured great hardships. But despite it all, a steady hand has guided us through the storm. May I present to you May I present to you Queen Jinjay of Brightwind.
I'm glad you made it. We waited as long as we could. I think the people of Pridewen wanted to ensure all the preparations for Gawain were put to use. But it wouldn't have felt right without you. This victory really belongs to you, truly. And Priscilla's account of your heroics only reinforces that. I was hoping your friend Grace would make an appearance today, but I guess she meant it when she said she was heading north.
I hoped time would bring new life to Brightwood, but it remains as dreary as it was 2 centuries ago. The Order was long gone by the time the darkness descended here. If Umberto was even still here by that time, then he may well have departed. I will leave the investigation to your youthful vigor and meet you north of town. Good hunting, Warden.
It may seem hard to believe, but this was once one of the safest and liveliest parts of Brightwood. All that remains now are my memories. Very sad ones, I'm afraid. And now, even those are starting to fade. Believe it or not, the wedding was on this very spot. A moment I never want to forget. He was the love of my life. Now I just want those memories. If you venture into town, I'd love you to recover some of my old keepsakes. I'm amazed. You managed to find all these pieces of my past. Even my old diary. It's sad, isn't it? Or it should be. Reading this is like visiting an old friend. It's very emotional. But rather than making me sad, it's making me angry. See, when the truth came out, everyone in town turned on me. The wedding that took place here. It wasn't where I married my true love. It's where I met him. Pastor Pruitt was the one who married us. He became the love of my life. If you could confront him and see if there is any humanity left in him, I might be able to make my choice. Tell me, did you see him? Did he seem miserable as a lost, or actually at peace? What did you find? What is this? The coward. Well, Pastor, maybe you have convinced me to live. Thank you.
Pastor Druid, it is with the utmost urgency and discretion that I author this note. Out of respect for your seniority in Walsham, I choose not to challenge you publicly. I am disappointed nonetheless. These poor lost souls who have wandered into town may seem to have lost their humanity, but this is not a test of our faith. The decision to bury them seems to me a decision to surrender hope. Please, let us at least discuss the matter. Brother Umberto. It is plain now that ignoring my concerns has cost this town dearly. Even the most faithful are on the verge of despair. And as we've seen, that seems to be the true source of this soulless plague. Our hollow prayers and efforts to bury these tragic events are only making matters worse. I cannot bear to witness this tragedy unfold. I am told of a faithful knight who resides west in Ballad's Manor. Sir Galahad? I will seek him out, and if Providence affords, I will return with the hope and the strength to save our town. Brother Umberto.
It appears the town fell to the lost, primarily from within. No signs of any defense. I wonder if Brother Umberto sought aid from somewhere else. An honorable warrior, as I recall, but a bit squeamish regarding the requirements of becoming a soul warden. Many of the king's knights joined the Order, but of course, you know what happened to them. Galahad remained at Artorius' side, and now that I hear the name, I do recall hearing he resurfaced after the war. Perhaps Galahad can shed light on the fates of both the king and Brother Umberto. You go on ahead. I want to do a little scouting to the north. It's time I pull my own weight. I'll catch up.
I do not relish striking you down, my fellow vigilant, but it is my duty. May your soul find peace, brother. Another who's not fallen is a welcome sight in these parts. Come, warm yourself by my fire. Be wary, traveler. A great tragedy has occurred here. The good people who lived in these hills have fallen and turned into soulless lost. If you've come seeking family or an old friend, I fear your journey may be in vain. But the story pains me to speak aloud. It is better if you read the account in my journal, just there. It was the dream of Avalon that led King Artorius to these shores. And of course, the wise counsel of the enchanter, Mirrodin. But the enchanter became obsessed with the island's mysteries. An insidious evil claimed his soul. The wars of crimson madness raged for a century. So many banners, all fallen to the corruption. I know not what transpired to end the conflict. We found no answers as to Mirrodin's fate. No trace of the High King. I sought new peace and purpose here in the Brightwood, but it would not last. A plague of soulless lost emerged. Brother Umberto and I formed the Bright Vigil to fight the darkness. But he stood alone when I left in search of my Lord King. I returned empty-handed to witness the results of my failure. The Vigil fallen to despair, and the Brightwood bright no more. Yes, friend. You are now acquainted with my regretful decision to abandon Umberto and go on a fruitless quest to find the king. My only desire now is to atone for my mistakes, but I'm not sure where to begin. If you are willing to overlook my failed duties to the Vigil, then I will heartily accept your offer. I know the manor well. I will search there for clues, and you can search the towns. May the light be with us both.
Hello? Oh, thank goodness. You're not one of the wandering lost. I'm Ethelvin, and you're the friendliest face I've seen all day. Oh, don't look at me like that. Everyone has to make a living. Say if you're heading into the villages, could you thin out the lost and look for any records? They might contain clues, and I'll share anything I find with you.
Umberto's Journal, March 17th. A cold wind blows instead of spring, and the trees of Brightwood are dry and devoid of new growth. Poor Pastor Pruitt fell lost, along with the rest of Walsham, and now the lost are appearing here in Wolfseg. Since Galahad's departure, several knights have left the vigil, and I have begun recruiting and training the local townsfolk as new vigilantes. They've taken to calling themselves shadow hunters, and I won't discourage you. Anything that keeps them hopeful is welcome. Umberto. Umberto's Journal, June 8th. It is the peak of summer, but it remains cold, and crops wither in the field. It seems every week we awaken one morning to find another of the townsfolk has fallen lost. Despite my misgivings, I've come to accept the only solution is to bury them. Strange as it may be to see graveyards on Eternum, my greater concern is that they will soon be widespread. Umberto.
Just about done reading through these records. My eyes are spinning. But it'll be worth it in the end. It has to be. You made that look easy. Have you been treasure hunting before? The handwriting in these records is awful, but I can puzzle it out. Then it's just a matter of matching up names with graves. Some coffins in Brightwood weren't buried properly, if you catch my meaning. Let's start with the easy pickings and see what we find.
Ah, it is good to see you, young warden. I have bad news. I found a large force of corrupted to the east. Sir Galahad has informed me that corruption has claimed the manor as well. But you and I know better, and we cannot simply walk away. I suggest you enter the manor and strike down the corrupted commander. It could buy us time.
Is there someone telling you to do this? Lying to you about everything?
Nanny Caps!
I welcome your aid for Umberto's sake, but I did not realize you were a soul warden. During the wars, your order insisted on the delusion that the Crimson Madness could not be defeated. Your friend Jonas now claims it's returned. The old man won't hear it. He scouts ahead, determined to prove there's an army of the possessed hiding somewhere in the forest. What matters most, however, is that we're united in seeking Brother Umberto. To me, it's clear. The darkness consuming the Brightwood is the lost. Umberto and I swore to fight it, and I will honor that oath. There is evidence Umberto and the Vigil abandoned this place, but no indication where they went. The Vigilants were apparently burying Lost in a nearby graveyard. You should check there, and then we'll rejoin the old man. Hopefully, with answers.
condemnation of the Stott family. Let it be known that the Stott family committed crimes against the community by conspiring to hide the fact that certain members of the household had fallen lost. Unsurprisingly, the plague spread, and we now commit the entire family to the earth. Let it be known that the Stott family's keep at Cairdan has been seized by the Bright Vigil. Grand Vigilance.
You have arrived just in time, young Soul Warden. I was becoming quite concerned.
Yes, the courageous soul we've both been waiting for. Your friend Jonas is rather disturbed about the presence of the corrupted in these parts.
You are putting it mildly, Sir Knight. Seeing such numbers this far south is a sign all of Eternum is in grave danger.
Perhaps, but at the present, I'm more concerned about tracking down Brother Umberto. Seems he left here seeking some fortress. I will go straight away and leave you to sort out truth and fiction with Jonas. Have no fear. If I find Umberto, you'll be the first to know.
I feel guilty saying it, but I am relieved to see the knight depart. he clings to his ignorance with unwavering assurance. The corrupted are here in Voss, just as I suspected. There is a ranger nearby who has confirmed it. Find out what the corrupted are seeking, and then meet me in the town of Calvary to the east.
I had sought to seek support from rangers in other territories, but I think you and I can handle this. I do the reconnaissance, you carry out the assault. They have a start-to-finish process underway, mining the ore and forging the weapons. If you can cut the heads off both snakes, so to speak, they will be crippled. You're able. Does it not feel right? Take that morsel from me. In return, I only ask you consider the peace I have offered you.
basket. Oh, the color's still as bright as a robin's egg. There's fair, and I promised to split the treasure with you. You keep the coin, and I'll take this basket. Brightwood's overflowing with abandoned cemeteries. I'm sure I'll find something I like. You still want to help me, right? Find treasure, I mean. If you don't, I'd understand. I could figure something out on my own. The next spot for buried treasure is the old cathedral, north of the town. But I've heard terrible tales about it for years. Howling lost. Shadows that strangle intruders. If the cathedral looks too dangerous, you could try the village of Morgenstadt. Might be easier pickings.
Well done! They still control both locations, but it won't do them much good. But you look troubled. Did you discover something? I called off the search for him when it became too dangerous. But I never dreamed. I can't dwell on past failures. The present peril is too great. The corrupted still have a major presence at Rita's burrow. I have been watching the corrupted forces' movement since they arrived. An army marches on its belly, so let's strike their food supplies first and destroy their hunters.
Oh dear! You startled me! The spooks and spirits of this town have got me on edge. Well, let me welcome you to the Vigil's Rest, where we guarantee our guests will rest in peace. Oh dear! Well, let me welcome you to the Vigil's Rest, where we guarantee our guests will rest. Oh dear! Well, let me welcome you.
I was on the verge of going to search for you, to apologize. I doubted both you and the old man, but I was wrong. On the way to Caer-Dun, I witnessed firsthand the size and activity of the corrupted forces here in the Brightwood. Caer-Dun offered more questions than answers. Something dark happened there, and it now lies vacant, perhaps even cursed. I've been inquiring around town whether anyone here was a witness to the Vigil's fall. But when I saw Jonas, I knew it was my duty to make amends to you both. I urged him to wait, but he refused. I suggest you head north right away to ensure his safety. Go on and assist the old man. If the light is with me, I will have answers by the time you return.